everyone, my name's Nadia Rashid and I am the CRO here at Outreach. Today I'm going to show you my experience of living in Outreach. It's actually one of the reasons why I joined the company. It's that one single pane of glass that I can live in. I can measure my pipeline, my forecasting, really get deal insights and go deep with all of my front and second line leaders. So it's a fabulous tool. So let's dive in. Here you see my entire pipeline. For me, it's really important to see what the coverage is and where these deals actually sit. And so here I can see how many days are left within my current quarter. I can see how much of the deals are active, what stage that they're in, and I can drill down there to figure out, do we actually have enough pipeline to get to our commit number? It's great because I leverage this AI projection when it comes to my forecast. And when I tell you it is so spot on with like a 99% accuracy, this is what it's projecting. It tells me what I've won, it tells me what I have remaining, and it also predicts based on a lot of historical information, call sentiments, everything that you can possibly think of, what could actually be created within a certain period as well. Of course, the basics, you're seeing what revenue attainment is. You get to see how you're performing over the last 30, 60, 90 days, and then also how you compare to previous quarters, right? So there's a lot of great insights there. And then, of course, on the right, you get to see a leaderboard. Of course, with such a large sales force, we want to see how people stack up. You get to know where people are at and really go and acknowledge all of the great work that they do. Now, let's get into where I really live day by day. Let's go here. I literally wake up every morning figuring out how we as an organization are going to hit number. I want to know where the deals are at, what activities happen. I want to see all of that. So for me, what's really, really important is how are my deals pacing? What stage are they actually in? And so for me, of course, I'm trying to get to that proposal and negotiation and procurement stage here. And so I'm really focusing on, okay, what are those top deals in solutioning, right? What can we do? These are usually competitive deals, and I really dig in with my leaders there. So let's go into the forecast roll-up. The great thing is that you can see here at the upper left, I'm able to see new logo and expansion revenue versus what my renewals look like. Both are very, very important to our organization, but I usually want to see them split out. For me, it's really important to look at it by each specific segment leader. So enterprise, global, commercial, mid-market, SMB, and I want to know what's the worst case, commit, and best case. And I can see all of that here. I can see what my leaders are rolling up and where there's some upside as well as one revenue. If you go deeper, right, I love this because you can actually see the spread by leader. And this green here tells you whether it's increased or decreased, and it tells you how much percent of quota that they're actually at. But this is where the good meaty stuff happens. For me, I'm laser focused on my top 20 deals. So actually digging into my top opportunities. So here you get to see what the deal health score is. And that tells me whether a rep is maybe sandbagging, maybe missing some things within the opportunity. And that score looks at a lot of things. It looks at emails, it looks at call sentiment, it looks at, is there a next step? Do we have the right stakeholders? And so you get to see next steps, you get to see how many prospects are a part of this. And the great thing is you get to see all of the activity. And for me, if there's not a next step, that is a red flag on whether or not like this is actually progressing. So sometimes you'll see reps that have deals in here with one contact in commit stage. And that's a great opportunity for their leader to really dive in and figure out, well, why is that deal score declining? What's actually happening? And so the inspection takes it to another level where you can actually turn from managing to actually coaching the reps on the actual business. And the great thing about this is that we can actually do a screen grab for our boards, right? A lot of CROs that I'm speaking to, they want to know where they're at, where's the risk, where's the coverage, and where they're going to land. Like many executives like myself and board folks, no one wants a surprise. And so it gives you details of what's happening, and you can literally do a screen grab and send it in your update. The next part that I love to dive into, right, is of my top deals, I want to find out what's actually happening within that specific account. Many times I'm doing CXO calls, so I'm having to prep for these conversations. And what's great is I can actually go in and find out what's working well, maybe where to focus, right? And so if you see here red, it'll show you sort of how much we're engaged, where are those next steps, but also where's the risk, right? There's been 0 outbound calls made in the last 30 days. This is a top account for our reps. They should have some next steps. So that's another coaching opportunity. But what's really good here is I can actually go to each of the past conversations that have happened, right? So Kaya is a phenomenal conversational intelligence tool that will tell you the summary, the topics, any risk within the deal, and maybe what some of those next steps are. Then on the right, you actually have a plan of what's happening next. Think of that as like a mutual action plan that you've agreed to with the customer. What's happening next? Who else do we need to involve with the various personas to progress deals forward? And so all of this sort of overview page allows me to prep for a call when I'm going in to talk to customers or prospects. You can actually go pretty deep if you like, right? You have everything here at the top from what meetings have happened to tasks, etc. But let me tell you the part that I really like. I'm usually on a plane. It's very rushed. I have very few minutes to actually prep. I can come into this assist here and ask a very basic question. What challenges are they facing? Right? Or what's the sentiment of the account? There's so much that I can actually ask so then I can frame my conversations to make sure it's a good use of one another's time. So this was a quick glimpse on how I use outreach as a revenue leader. So many of our clients get so much valuable insights and they're able to manage their business, again, in that one single pane of glass. So if you're interested on how to amplify your business, your visibility, please reach out to us here at Outreach.